So Kelsey, you are under arrest for retail theft, okay? They have the itemized receipt and it looks like it was over $500. All right, so that is a felony amount, so you will be going back to the police station with me, okay?
And then after the police station, where?
Probably the jail.
For the weekend?
On the 28th of February, 2025, a felony retail theft arrest raised 4 legal issues. Issue 1. Merchant detention. Under 720 ILCS 5, 16-25, a merchant may detain based on reasonable belief, not certainty. Detention must occur after the final point of sale, never before. Early detention exposes the retailer to false imprisonment liability. The detention must also be for a reasonable time and conducted reasonably. Loss prevention waited for the threshold and briefed officers accurately. Correct.
Hi.
Hi.
So it is valid.
They didn't tell me, they told me I was speaking with them about the reaction. I guess it needs to be PD as well.
Yeah, I'm working a detail today specifically for shoplifting, retail thefts and whatnot, so I'm going to get your information and then we're going to go from there, okay?
Alright.
We're going to send out to 2012. We may
I'm going to get a walk go with my crippled friend, right, in the wheelchair.
Say that again.
I'll get to go with my crippled friend that's in the wheelchair, right?
Well, let's get your name and information first, and so go ahead, take a seat for me. Do you have an ID on you?
Yes.
So, what'd you guys see?
So I was the one that watched. So we saw what we thought to be concealment in electronics, but we didn't have confirmation on it. We saw concealment again in pets, didn't have confirmation, couldn't see the product actually entering the bag. So we followed her up to the SCOs.
Let him talk, please.
Whenever she got to the SCOs, we watched her scan a few items and then put everything else into bags without ringing it up. Once she exited our last point of sale, so we made the stop, and then we just filtered through the receipts that she did have for the stuff that we watched her just put directly in the bag, pull it off the shelf, put it directly in the bag. And they're getting the training receipt right now from it.
Okay.
There wasn't anything taken directly.
Do you have an estimated amount?
So I just talked to Coach
advisement.
Draper, and he told me that it's at least over $300.
Okay.
So they should have that soon, I would imagine. They should be at the last portion of it.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry, they just got tied up on something, so it's going to be just a second
Oh,
before
no
I get
problem.
their information. Do you live here in Carbondale, Kelsey?
Because the machine that I rang most of my stuff up with, they said that it wasn't cash, that it was card. So by the time we went back over there, whenever she did that, I didn't have time to ring up anything else in my card.
But you had 8 items on your receipt, and you had way over more 8 items, so you should have known.
And I could have,
But you didn't.
if I could have done it with. No, ma'am. Let me talk.
No, you're going to stand up.
If-
Let me talk. Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on.
Am I going to do?
Come on. We need to talk and figure some stuff out, but you're not going to talk over us right now, okay?
Okay, but I'm not telling the truth.
Okay. Well, they have video of everything, so that'll make it easy.
Alright.
Face the wall for me, Kelsey.
Yeah, there was
All right, Kelsey, go ahead and take a seat for me.
not yet.
So, Kelsey, you are under arrest for retail theft, okay? They have the itemized receipt and it looks like it was over $500. All right, so that is a felony amount, so you will be going back to the police station with me, okay?
And then after the police station, where?
Probably the jail.
For the weekend?
Most likely, yeah.
Issue 2. Felony threshold. Retail theft exceeding $300 is a Class 3 felony under Illinois law 2 to 5 years IDOC. Confirmed value exceeded $500. Felony probable cause was established. A prior trespass ban triggered a second charge under 720 ILCS 521-3, criminal trespass. A Class B misdemeanor, running concurrently.
This is a felony arrest.
I know, but I don't have any of my medication or anything.
Okay, I'll notify the jail. Do you have, so do you have an EpiPen, is that correct?
No, it's not EpiPen. I take like 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, whoever you live with or someone you can call to go to your house, they can always bring the medication up to the jail.
Okay, I've got to talk to my.
Nope.
I've got to talk to my friend
Okay.
who is paralyzed. He's gonna about to be the one to go to my house.
Okay. We'll get in contact with them, all right?
Yes, so what made this all of a sudden me being in jail all weekend?
Because this is a felony.
Okay.
So, felony arrests go to jail for incarceration. Is any of this paid for? Or
Yeah, that's all my stuff that's paid for.
Yeah, what's not paid for is outside the door. Yeah.
I need someone to go
6'8",
find Jim. He was down at the
6'8".
last,
Is that
he was going out the last, Jim, he's in a wheelchair. He's an older man. I've got to tell him what's going on.
He's at the service desk.
Clear family, Diana.
No, I need to tell him. Because I need to tell him where to get my medication so I don't see so that way.
The police car. We don't have to tell him come down here. We told him what was going on.
Nope, sit down for me.
Can I put my paper? Mother!
Okay.
You just broke my thumb!
Oh no. Alright. What did you want to put in there?
My receipt!
Okay, I'll put it in there for you.
You just broke my thumb.
I already have all that.
Do you not understand how bad I have seizures and congestive heart failure? You don't. Because when you put me in there, you don't give me the medications. None of them
If
do.
you're able to clear from Panera, can you assist 406 with her 295?
What's that?
Issue 3. Use of force. Graham versus Connor, 1989, requires force to be objectively reasonable under the totality of circumstances. 3 factors govern: severity of the crime, threat posed, and active resistance. The subject was non-combative, but reached without authorization control was justified. However, an injury complaint during routine cuffing creates Section 1983 exposure under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983. A deprivation of constitutional rights under color of law is actionable in federal court. A thumb injury claim meets the threshold for review.
Oh, okay.
not her first time.
She stole about $4,000.
So she's been trespassed too, so she just breached the trespass, that's another charge.
Okay, so yeah, criminal trespass to it.
The total amount that we have recorded of theft is $3,900.
So is that like all the Walmarts together, or is that just Carbondale branch, or?
She was originally trespassed from Marion,
406
and then she was on.
You really did break my thumb. The old man that I'm with is not trespassed. He just got out
We have
of.
it right here. He's trespassed.
He just got back into Carbondale from 2 years being in the federal joint. So how is he trespassed?
Must be trespassed for a few years.
Trespass for him to do 15 seconds. That's nothing to do with it.
So you're arresting him too?
Sure, why not?
We're already
He's not in trouble, correct?
That's that.
He's not in trouble, correct? Can you come and answer me?
I have no idea.
Alright, Kelsey, we're gonna go out to my car. My partner just showed up, and so he'll come in and take
Let
this.
me wheel that to the door.
You can if you want.
I need to talk to
I'm
him.
just gonna take her back and
I need to talk to him about my medicine.
Okay, we'll get your medicine.
No, you guys don't in Murfreesboro, and then you don't ever give it to me, and then I get seized for nothing but a week straight.
Can you tell me that guy's name again?
What guy?
The guy that was waiting on you?
Jim.
Jim?
Yes.
What's Jim wearing today?
He's in a wheelchair.
Okay, what's Jim?
An older man. Tan jacket.
Okay, and he has access to your house to get the medication?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll go talk to him.
Okay, I need to talk to him myself.
No, you can call him when we get back to the PD, that's fine.
I can't call him. He don't have a phone.
Okay, well I can't let you speak to
He
him
just
right now,
got out
but
of feds. I can't speak. I can't. He has no phone. I have to speak to him verbal to verbal.
That guy that was with her, he also has priors to with Walmart. Okay. And he also is trespassed.
Okay.
I don't know if the man is paralyzed. I mean, he was
Do
moved.
you want me to try to find him?
He was at the service desk.
Do you want me to try to find him to offload the stuff so he doesn't have to go to jail? Or is this going to jail?
I don't really care about this going to jail. She keeps complaining she has medication and that Jim needs to get the medication. So I'm wondering if this Jim guy if you wouldn't mind asking him, he has access to her house. And so you can tell him.
Did you?
Yeah, exactly. He can drop it off in Revere.
Perfect.
So.
Cool. Alright. Show me who.
Thanks, Treat.
So why am I the one that's being stuck?
Because you were the one that was caught shoplifting.
I wasn't caught shoplifting. I was trying to use the machine. It was broken. That's why I had to take it to the card reader. If we hurry, am I able to get in front of the judge today?
No, you can't see the judge today, but you'll be able to see them Monday.
At 1:30? Or at 9 a.m.?
I don't know what time roll call is, but or jail call, but I think it's sometime in the morning.
I knew as soon as they said to walk this way that they were going to find some way to lock me up the weekend. That didn't matter what was paid for, what was not. They were going to find some way to lock me up the weekend. The machine don't work. I used a scan gun. If your scan gun is not working when you pull the trigger and it's right over the bars, that is not my fault. Can you ask around at least when we get there to see if I can get to go to court at 9 on Monday?
You can ask them.
Ask who?
The jail staff. Nope, stay standing up. Facing the wall for me.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. I need my nitro stuff out of my purse.
Okay, I'll
My
get it for you.
heart is hurting really, really bad. That's the reason why I sat down.
Okay, then you tell me that, okay? I'm going to read your Miranda rights, Kelsey. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say. Carbondale 406.
406.
Can you get EMS en route to processing for a possible seizure?
Over.
Kelsey, you awake? Here you go. Why don't you sit up for me, okay?
No, Blue don't stop it by itself.
Okay. We're gonna wait for EMS to get here, okay?
Issue 4. Miranda Validity. Miranda v. Arizona, 1966. Mandates. 4 complete warnings before any custodial interrogation begins. Here, the advisement was interrupted first by radio traffic, then a medical event. A valid waiver must be knowing, voluntary, and intelligent per Miranda's own standard. Waiving rights post-medical episode is challengeable under totality of circumstances. The subject voluntarily gave inconsistent accounts, spontaneous, therefore admissible. Shifting from machine malfunction to companion involvement weakens any defense theory. Additionally, duty of medical care. City of Revere v. Mass. General Hosp, 1983. Requires the government to provide medical care to all individuals in custody. Deliberate indifference to a serious medical need violates the 14th Amendment. EMS was summoned promptly once the subject became unresponsive. That was correct. Whether jail staff administered her prescriptions thereafter remains an open question.
They'll come check you out. Anyways, as I was saying, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney and to have that attorney present during questioning by police.
Sign in the computer here, I'll help you.
We already had one seizure. So. This one, I would just worry about the offense, which we're going to do felony, retail theft, and trespass.
Okay.
And subjects, we'll just fill her information out.
Okay.
And
Jesus.
yeah, I need to clear my clipboard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just a future question, because it's already a felony amount. But does that still count as
10-4.
if there's a conviction on that to bump retail theft?
I'd have to look, but usually forgery is some type of.
No forgery is working with our registered nurse. That has nothing to do with anything to do with stealing or
What was it
documents.
then? Explain the 17 charges you got for forgery.
The 17 charges is because Manny Mazel was behind 3 months and he gave me paperwork to do on his charges, which was mental handicap, and he had me fill them all out and they all were forgery documents because of that reason. Why? Because they were being switched over to computers.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like one of them,
There are certain things.
Yeah, like burglary or whatever.
Sit back.
I want to have a seizure just to
Sit back.
I'm trying to keep.
So sit back and you won't fall forward. You're trying to make yourself fall. Sit back.
I'm not trying to make myself fall, sir. I don't want busted up anything.
Okay, so sit back.
Oh my god.
Alright, Kelsey, whenever you're done talking to him, we'll get your photo and fingerprints and then we'll be good to go, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go.
You didn't understand Miranda, which is fine. Do you want me to explain Miranda again, or do you understand your Miranda rights?
I understand now.
Okay.
But I can.
Because you're more than welcome. You don't have to, but you can tell me your side of the story of like what happened at Walmart today.
He's the one that got all my stuff, and we paid in the back, we paid up front, and the stuff. He told me that he had already had someone ring it up. I just had to ring up the dresses that she had to take off the couple clips off of, and everything else would have already rung up in the cart.
So you're saying Jim is the one that was like, hey, I already paid for this stuff, and kind of like set you up?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you mind telling me why you didn't tell us that in the first place? Because I think before you said the machine wasn't working.
Well, the machine wasn't working, and I had to go, for the cash, it wasn't working, and I had to go over to, the lady, and I expected that he was gonna be there to at least do damage control, or at least pay, or at least say, we're gonna put this stuff back, or whatever.
Grades. Walmart loss prevention, B+. Waited for the legal threshold, documented evidence, precisely. Procedurally sound, arresting officer, B. Clear communication and prompt EMS response reflect professional standard. Docked for fragmented Miranda delivery and an injury claim during non-combative cuffing. Subject Kelsey, C+. Correctly disclosed medical needs in custody, a protected constitutional right. Non-compliance and inconsistent statements significantly undermined her legal position. Key lessons. 1. Never detained before the point of sale, false imprisonment exposure follows. 2. Miranda must be redelivered completely after any interruption or medical event. 3. Document cuffing technique immediately whenever injury is alleged. 4. If arrested, invoke silence. Voluntary statements are always admissible. Let us know if there is a legal topic you'd like us to cover in the comments. Thank you for watching, and check out Street Bodycam for more courtroom content.